he at least like really fast or something?
Yes, he's extremely fast. Not fastest in the game, but pretty fast.
Fast enough to justify using.
Well, Brandon used to use Young Link all the time. That was like his go-to character, and then they swapped Young Link out for Toon Link in Brawl, and he was just like, I can't do it. he's too light. Like, Young Link could actually survive pretty well, but Toon Link just at the time was like, nope, this isn't gonna work.
Sorry, Toon Link, this is just not gonna work out. It's not me, it's you.
Like, he played Young Link and I played Marth so much that just like within a couple matches, you're just like, yeah, this isn't going to work.
Mm.
And for me, it was trying to use Roy, because he's an Echo Fighter, so his moveset's exactly the same, but my god, he is so slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's painful levels of slow. Just like, okay, whoever said this was the same character, shut up.
Alrighty. Did we have the thing that we need to do? We need to do the thing that we need to do before the...
Yes, the Gerudo training grounds. That's what we need the gold gauntlets for. I don't remember if you need the gold gauntlets, but just in case.
They're handy as hell.
I know you needed the silver ones for sure. Like, you definitely had to have the silver gauntlets.
Buddy. Buddy. Buddy.
I think that's the first time one of them's gotten you.
Yeah, that's the first time. I kind of ran right into him. I wasn't paying attention.
You're headed west on the map. Oh, that was part of the bridge. I was looking at that in the background. I was like, is that a rock? Because it looks really weird.
It's a thing. It's fine. Okay.
The alien sing. So whilst you head there, I'll go check for my headphones, because I forgot to bring them out here. You know I forgot something.
Well, I struggle to remember where the hell I'm supposed to be going.
You're going the right way.
Okay.
Don't shoot the horse. Also, props to them for actually realizing that people might try to shoot the horse and make Epona make a noise.
Alright.
Also, the bridge is fixed, now you don't have to worry about doing the jump grabs.
Yay!
That will happen after you've rescued the 4 carpenters.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Which is only, you know, the majority of the game.
Yeah. I mean, technically, you can come here as early as having the long shot, which is after the water temple. So. In fact, in doing a 3-day run of Majora's Mask, the optimal strategy from what I've been told is to, like, go to Dungeon 1 and get the item and then leave the dungeon before you actually complete it, and then go to 2 and get the item from 2 and then leave 2 before you actually finish it. So by the time you get to the 4th one, you've got all these, like, crazy strong weapons, you can go back and just annihilate the remaining dungeons.
Oh my god.
Because, like, imagine going and fighting, like, Goma with the big Goron sword. Like, it would not be any semblance of a fight. It would probably be one-hit kill. Give it your best shot. Clap, clap. Olay.
Alright. I'm gonna go get my ass kicked.
Alright, so the way this works is, you can go ahead and walk in here. There's no enemies in this room. There are 3 different rooms. In the middle one will basically lead to the treasure. The outside ones have rooms that you have to complete challenges to get keys. So you have to get enough keys to be able to get to the treasure that's in the center of the middle room. If you can overcome the trials in the chambers ahead, then and only then will you be qualified to hold our secret treasure.
Thanks. Ouch.
Defeat all the enemies in a limited time.
Come here. Oh shit.
Yeah, you're throwing it yet far enough.
Oh, man. Okay, okay.
That'll work. If you're thinking, wow, those guys survived a lot longer than they normally do, that's because that is actually not a Lysalfos, that is a Denalfos, which is why he was wearing the armor.
Oh, of course.
It's very hard to tell in this game, probably due to limitations of 3D modeling, but yeah, that's actually a completely different enemy from the
Ouch.
from the norm.
Okay, okay, never mind. I won't get that. Okay, fine.
Nope, no heart for you.
Alright,
Cross the Sea of Fire. Since we started late, I'm actually going to do a couple of these challenges, this one included, because for my money's worth, this is the hardest one in the entirety of the training grounds. Also, I don't think you need the fire
including
tuning.
this one?
Okay. Mercifully. Most of the time I do this, it takes me about 5 or 6 tries, so...
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So it's one of the typical, like, oh, hey, you have to grab all the silver rupees and it will unlock the door, which I'm going to presume is that one that's barred right there. I don't actually know if you can get this by... Oh, it does count. Cool.
Nice.
I couldn't remember if it was or not. There's like a very specific pattern you have to do when crossing this.
That's a slide puzzle.
Yay! My favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, there's not any of those. Alright, so for reference's sake, that's the last one right there. You can also see the key up there in the background. I don't know why they didn't put it in a chest, it's just hanging out there. Nope, fell off. It's the damn boots.
Damn it, boots.
So now you get to do the whole thing over again. I don't know what happened there.
The boots had a stroke.
I think Link had a stroke. He just did like a 180. Like I just held forward. I don't know why he changed direction like that. So the result, he pulled a smash melee and couldn't grab onto the ledge. He wasn't facing it.
He decided he was in fact going down in an earlier round. And Sugar, we're going down swinging.
So the way this works is basically there's that switch there and it will block out the fire. The problem is that switch is on a timer, which they don't tell you about. Hooray!
Yeah, I mean, it'd be too easy otherwise.
Yep. Which is why we're going to alleviate some of that issue. Even though there is no indication you're supposed to play the song time there. Usually Navi will show up and be like, you know, make a little green thing appear. She does not on that one.
Fantastic.
Yep. You just have to know.
You didn't know. You didn't need to know that. That's fine.
Where does this go? Oh, this just goes to upper. Yeah, this is what the main area looks like. This is like a little side path to it. I think this is an additional key.
Exciting.
Though a lot of these are just duds where they're like blue rubies, bomb shoes, arrows, etc.
They're helpful items.
I'm not going to be using. Yeah, I'm not going to be using any keys in here, but I'm going to just check the chests. What do you have? Arrows. Whoop-dee-doo. Alright, well. Hopefully that didn't reset everything in this room. Hey, guess what it did?
Reset everything in the room?
Sure did.
Of course it did. New dog. I heard you like slide puzzles.
You must be thinking of the other masochist that, you know.
Yeah, that's me. I am, however, grateful that collecting these stupid things aren't on a timer, because that would suck.
That would be bad, yeah. They definitely tricked me out whenever I saw them in the next Zelda game that I played, which was Phantom Hourglass. They're actually root whores in that game. They cause you to lose money.
Oh.
So yeah, that was another
Lovely.
bad one. Get those stupid things out of here. I also don't feel bad for doing part of this because, as a spoiler alert, the item you get here, totally optional. You do not need it at all. It is completely useless.
Fantastic.
It's one of those, you try it on one enemy and you're like, oh, that was cool. Is it useful for anything? No. Hit me with your butt. Can we please pick a target and stick with it? Thanks.
You're only aiming directly at it.
Yep.
I don't understand why that didn't hit.
Very crappy hitboxes, namely. Yeah, surprise, this is a room where you're going to spend the entirety of the time taking off and putting on the boots trying to land where you're aiming.
Fantastic.
Also, didn't I kill all the ones in this room? Probably?
There was one left, I think, because you killed 3, and I think there were 4.
And we'll just leave him there. No, ma'am, he's merely fainted. Yes, well, just leave him there. Oh, there's another one there. I can already tell I missed it. This is why we have quality control in modern games.
What are you talking about? I love doing this.
You love it so much, that's what I'm doing. Okay, I
Yeah.
definitely swam through that. I saw my arm go through that rupee. Yes, this is as frustrating as it looks, by the way, in case you're curious.
Absolutely. If you surface for errors, does it reset?
It does, yeah.
Lovely. Camera, you okay? You good?
Camera doesn't like confined spaces.
That's fair.
It's a hazard. Didn't I just... Alright, well. Yeah, I got one. Oh, there's the other. I thought they were diagonal from each other. Apparently I'm just like all the way wrong today. It's the curse of Sunday.
Camera, you good?
Also, I'll take care of the bot in a second, as soon as I can get this damn rupee. Just when you thought the swimming in Skyward Sword was frustrating at times,
Yep.
then you remember at least there was some semblance of control in that game. This one, the control involves putting these on or taking these off. Or putting these on or taking these off. Or putting these on.
There we go.
Good God. Well, that was obnoxious.
Wow. Great gameplay.
wrong side of it. Well, I look forward to never doing that again. Until next when someone donates money for me to play this game again.
Or if you do a randomizer, wind up having something actually important stuck in one of those chests.
God, I hope not. I think that was one of the things that we checked for when Brandon and I did a race, is because you can download the, you can basically download a cheat sheet. But obviously Brandon and I can't look at it because then we know where things are. And so we had Caitlin look at it and we're like, okay, make sure there's nothing in the training grounds and make sure that there's nothing important locked behind the 100 gold skulltulas, because sometimes, yes, it can be.
And boy, do you not want to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Find a secret passage in this room. This one's easier, so I'll have you do this.
Okay. Oh.
How was I supposed to know?
Find a secret. I know what I'm supposed to do here. Hey, rude.
There we go. Spam gone. Also, I don't think you actually need the limit for finding a secret. Have a backswing. So that unlock a door and open up treasure chest, which I think is a bloopy. I'm pretty sure it's not the key. You're looking for a switch that's going to get rid of that fire, basically, in the middle, and that will actually have a key. Oh, arrows, excuse me, not a bloopy.
Oh, no. I know.
Yep.
I know.
Finally, my baby's getting some use. Love this thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it this one? Did I pick right on the first try?
I think there's actually 2 secrets, to be fair. I don't remember what the other one does. I know one of them gets rid of the fire.
Oh.
Oh, that just opens the door. Okay.
Oh. Well. I was gonna be so damn impressed if I got it on the first try.
You be impressed with luck? Sure.
Yes. Damn.
Break all these Easter Island heads or whatever they're supposed to be.
Yep.
Oh, fun fact, you can actually do a spin attack with a hammer.
Really?
If you time it well, yeah. Like with doing a normal quick spin, you have to hit B, which is your start button after you rotate the control stick, but if you hit the right C button for the hammer, you can do it with a hammer as well. As you can imagine, that's very awkward though. And is not effective for anything. Alright.
Oh, okay.
You want the door you just unlocked, I'm pretty sure.
This one?
I don't think it was that one, but you can check. Yeah, that was the one I did. Also, between left and right, it didn't matter which door you picked at the beginning. It eventually loops back around to where it was. So.
Oh, God.
Blind to the eyes of the statue, basically meaning shoot the 4 different statues with bow and arrow. They do not give you a lot of time to do this.
Because it'll kill you, right?
No, like, the switch is reset. The statue itself doesn't, like, it's not an enemy, it doesn't fire at you or anything.
Oh, jeez.
I'll probably wait till you get to, like, 25 arrows, and then I'll mercy kill your run, because this one's a bit of a hassle. Also, there's a cheat to it, which helps substantially.
I'm not getting anywhere close to.
Yeah, because they're all varying heights as well.
Okay, so I hit that one in the eye, in my defense.
It'll make a little noise, and the eye will turn red.
I know.
Well, it won't sound like the typical switch noise. It'll make like the noise when you hit the armor slice, that roar noise.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that it didn't recognize that I hit it, but I definitely hit that one.
Yeah, that's the noise it will make.
Oh, crap.
Alright, I'll go and do it from this point.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
not gonna
because
go well.
if you do that and then like miss a shot, like you basically can't take more than one lap. You have to get them all in one lap, or else it will not work. So we're gonna cheat because when the game makers decide to play unfair, at that point, all limits are off.
That's fair. Alright. Yeah, this makes much more sense than...
You're going on a rotating platform,
Yeah. Okay.
Also, the chest appears here, so like you would have had to come here anyway. It's not even like a cheat of, oh, you're not supposed to be able to get over there. You have to get the key.
Okay.
So,
Makes sense.
and get you back over past the lava sea.
So I don't immediately kill myself? Appreciate it.
It'll just respawn you at the start of the room for reference's sake. Is that the door you came in?
I have no recollection.
Pretty sure it is. Yep. Also, I like how the fire was there in the animation, then whenever Link actually turned around, it wasn't there anymore.
I was like, wait, hang on.
Do we have to take the long way? There's a higher platform you have to hookshot to. But unfortunately, I think you might need the Scarecrow song. We don't have to go and get it, we just have to enter the room from the other direction. Which is what it's looking like. Cool!
Sweet. Rude.
Yes, because there's absolutely a way to dodge that just then. I didn't even know that's how you're supposed to get those, I just took a guess.
I figured that was how I was supposed to get those, but I was also like, you know what, I'm not gonna...
Yeah. This is just a bloopy, I just wanted to point out that that was here.
Just in case someone is on a randomizer run, and... Thanks for the arrows.
For somebody that usually knows what they're doing, for a randomizer, when they walk in here, that's the first thing they're going to do, is they're going to turn around and shoot that switch with the bow and arrow, if they have the bow and arrow at that point in the game. Okay.
Alright.
I know which one this is. This is another defeat all enemies in the set amount of time room.
Okay. Oh, God.
One. They like to hide too, so like, yeah, sometimes it's kind of fun. That's when you can actually get screwed on, because if they just decide to like hold up their shield and circle around you, they can just run out the clock on you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Gather the jewels of white. I always thought they were great, but sure. And avoid danger. So yeah, you gotta get them within a set amount of time.
Oh, God. Okay.
And fair warning, at some points there is a wool master in here.
Oh, God.
He only like appears in really specific sections though. It's very bizarre. I don't know what dictates where he appears or doesn't appear.
Fine.
It's only like a quarter of a heart. I usually just tank it too.
There's nothing over here. Okay.
The hookshot target on the ceiling for that one that was up there. The other one that was up there that you didn't grab. Pretty sure even with a hoverboard, you can't make that jump.
Okay. 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 Oh.
That was the way you came.
Is that? I don't know where I'm going.
There you go. You did it. There should be one more at the bottom of this slope.
Okay.
So I say, let's hope the clock doesn't keep running, because I didn't remember if it did or not.
No, it doesn't. Okay. Where's...
You're about to get grabbed. You should probably keep moving.
Oh god. Is this the door?
Nope.
This is not the door.
That is not the door. That is the way you came.
I have the sense of the direction of a wet paper towel. Ouch.
Well, good news. Chad is agreeing with you, saying that they also do it. Hey, guess what? It's a trick from Master Quest Fire Temple. Remember when I said you had to hookshot through the fire sometimes in that one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you gotta do it there. That was why it showed your character taking damage. Thankfully, you don't actually take damage while that happens. But it's still very annoying. See you later, Wolfos. So you actually have a couple different options on where to go here. So I think there will be one more Wolfos in here. I think it's a white Wolfos. Not that that makes any difference other than, you know, it's a different color. Bye, Wolfos.
Also, it only took one hit.
Yeah. Wolfos aren't much of a threat, in case you haven't noticed. Oh, there is another Wolfos. One with silver hands shall move this giant block.
Hey, hey. Don't backflip away from me.
It's like real wolves.
I'm talking to you.
And I don't think that's a key, but I could be wrong. I honestly don't remember.
Might be a bloopy.
Usually, whenever they give you that rule in a room, yeah. Usually when they give you a rule in a room and then you like get a chest by doing some other puzzle, it's typically not going to give you a key because that wasn't the puzzle that needed to be solved. Which I guess is fair, but still, it'd be nice to make it something more substantial.
Okay.
Okay, so that's locked, so you can't get in there. That's a fake door.
Oh god. Rude.
The only reason I can tell is because there's no handle on the door.
Oh. Well. Why do I feel dumb? Okay, so...
You had the right idea earlier with the lens, though.
Camera?
Just walk forward a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. So that opens the door back there. There's also one directly in front of you as well. I think the one in front of you is the one you want. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is where you came, so you don't need to hop down there anymore. So you can go back the way you came. So you want to go where the silver block was that you pushed. So that switch will stay down. Even if it didn't, you can just hit it again. Room with likes.
No! No! My mortal nemesis!
Yep.
Fine. Fine. Die, you disgusting creature!
Hey, you got your tuna back. I'd recommend not putting it back on until all the likes are dead.
Yeah. Thank you.
Also, you'll notice, thankfully, because it is a required item and a one-time only item, they cannot eat the mirror shield.
Please stop.
When in doubt, you can just charge a spin attack and let that fly, and it will probably kill him in one hit. That's as far as it goes. It only goes to the wall.
There we go. Gross. Oh my god, what the hell?
Oh yeah, chests appear in the things where the like-likes were, and all the bits that the like-likes were in, so it freaked out. Oh, 2 of the 3, my mistake.
Yeah, the camera just had a small seizure.
I think these are just like, again, consumables, you know, shit, basically.
Garbage.
The poop, the doo-doo, the arrows, the bluebies, the bombs, the bomb shoes. Oh, excuse me, a huge rupee worth 200 rupees, which would be great if your wallet wasn't full.
I mean, yeah. Oh no.
That, however, I believe should be the final key. Well, one of the final keys.
A key.
Nope, it's a fake! You got.
Bitch.
Oh well. In that case,
Okay.
I would just check real quick with the lens of truth, make sure there's not a fake or an invisible chest in here, in that empty. Hey, there we go.
So you
That's
were
why
right.
I was. Yeah, that's why I was thinking there was one in everyone. That's where the key is. Okay.
You're right. It was just invisible.
Right.
All
That
right.
should be all of the rooms. So now we can go back to the center one and go get the reward. Bomb.
Ow.
That one always gets me every single time. I always forget you have to hook shot over that. That we are back in the main room.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, so you get 2 different paths to take. I would recommend the right one because I know that there's a secret spot, and I'm pretty sure they both have one, but the right one has a hidden key, an extra key, just in case you don't have enough.
Terrifying.
Oh, is this actually the dead end? Did I pick wrong? I did pick wrong. Okay, then apparently you wanted the left path. Though I'm pretty sure you got every single key, so like you can unlock every single door. It's just that hidden one, but I remember where that one is. And they'll give you little poop chests along the way. Like so. Another poop chest. The reward for getting farther was less money? Okay, I see how it is.
Absolutely.
Cool. Another poop chest, I think. And if I remember correctly, that might be the wrong wall, but there is an invisible wall that's up. You can climb the sides of these walls that have the, the gratings on them. And I think it's that one at the end of the hallway next to where the chest was.
Oh, next to where the chest was.
I think it's that one. I could be wrong. I just know that there is, for a fact, there is one somewhere. Yeah, it's not there. The ones the truth would have shown it. You can always just hop off of A. Yeah, it is somewhere you can access right now, though, so you can get the key. Meantime, I think we're still one short, so I might see where
We are short.
Well, yeah, that's where the hidden path takes you. It takes you to a key. That's why we're looking for it right now. It's just a spot you can climb up on this pathway. It doesn't have to be in this room specifically. You might have to go back a few doors. But there is one there somewhere. Okay, So for the record, for anybody playing along, you do have to have all the 5 primary dungeons as an adult done. So you have to have the bow from the Forest Temple, the Megaton Hammer from the Fire Temple, the Long Shot from the Water Temple, the Lens of Truth from the Well, the Hover Boots from the Shadow Temple, and the Silver Gauntlets from the Spirit Temple.
Am I just missing it?
Probably. Well, it could be here. Like, direct. Yeah, I know it's next to a solid wall. I think it's right next to the door, to the right of the door. Yeah, to the right of that door. I don't know how. Well, yeah, you're not going to be able to see it from where you are, because it's up above you. So you're not going to be able to see it from that current camera angle. There it is.
Aha. Sweet.
Alright, so I'll get you one more room, but you're still one short. Where's the last key? Oh, that's where the last one is. Okay, so we actually do have to go and get the Scarecrow song.
Oh.
Yay. Serenade of Water is going to be the... If it'll let you warp out of this, I don't know if it will. But he's at Lake Hylia, so the Serenade of Water is going to be the fastest one.
A, down, right, left.
I have no idea if it's going to let you warp out of here since this is a room. Nope. Can't warp here.
Man! It's worth a try.
Just need to get some music in here with the distinct lack of it for some reason.
Yeah.
I think you passed the door you need to go into.
Did I?
Yeah, just now. Yep, there it is. It will save all your progress, thankfully.
Oh my god.
If not, we're not going to bother with it the second time, or I'll do it or something.
Jesus.
Alright, now you can work.
Alright.
Now you can work.
Took me a minute to remember. Scared I was gonna have to look it up again.
It's like, alright, I just read the song. It plays the, either Zelda's Lullaby or the Sun Song.
Yep.
Depending.
I nearly played the song earlier. That's the worst part.
Right, so you pretty much just want to go directly where you were facing a second ago, whenever you warped, like where those pillars are. It's right about there. It's just slightly to the right of it.
Excuse me.
B, not A.
Slightly to the right of the pillars.
Yeah. Where that little farm is, whatever it's supposed to be.
No, absolutely not. I refuse.
And you talk to the Scarecrow. You may just be able to pull out your Ocarina and skip all the dialogue. Is what you do. I'm not sure. You have to move a little bit closer to him. No? Try talking to him one more time. Oh, don't tell me it's what I think it is. I hope I'm wrong about that. Yeah, I was afraid of that.
I will play every song that I know.
That's not the problem. The problem is you're not a kid. This is why no one bothers with the Scarecrow song. So yeah, Prelude of Light. Yeah, you play. There's a different guy here as a kid. You play a song from as a kid, and he'll remember it. And then you play it again as Link, as an adult, because this guy says he never forgets a song. And then you get to use it.
Alright. Okay.
For the record, while we're going through this cutscene, the Scarecrow song is whatever you want to make it to be. It has to be 8 notes, but other than that, you can entirely decide what it is. The only thing is that you can't play, like, any of the other songs. Like, if you tried to play, like, A down up, right A, or something like that, it would just register the first 6 notes as the Song of Storms, and it would lock you out of being able to use it.
Ooh.
But if you literally just wanted to play A, just over and over, you could just do that. Which is what most people do. A down, right, left.
Can I do the Mos Eisley Cantina song?
On an ocarina? I doubt it. Flag for copyright.
Sorry.
Oh, I doubt I'll do that. You weren't actually, like, playing the actual song on your phone or anything.
Yeah, no, this was a crappy rendition that I sang using my vague memory of the song.
I only know of one song that will actually trigger a copyright flag for people singing it.
What is it?
Happy Birthday.
Really?
A Happy Birthday song is copywritten.
That is so weird. I hate that.
It's not even that good of a song. Who wanted to copyright it?
Right?
That was definitely, like, copywriting it for the sake of getting the royalty off of it, not because they thought it was an actually good song. Yeah, see, now there's a second Scarecrow up there.
Oh no. It's not
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. You better not mash, because you're going to get warped back if you do. Yeah, you're not close enough
I
to
was
know.
trying to see if... Oh no, I was trying to see if I could do the Mos Eisley Cantina.
Yeah, he's probably going to say the same thing. You probably have to talk to the guy behind him.
Lovely.
And by the guy, I mean the Scarecrow.
Hello?
Yeah, here we go. Pierre, the Wandering Scarecrow. Actually, I wish I could wander to look for soul-moving sounds. So you should be able to pull out the ocarina and he'll talk to you. Yeah. So now you can just play whatever. Just make sure it's something you can remember.
Alright.
It also has to, like, be a button. It has to be an A or a button on the C stick.
Spectacular.
There you go. Fantastic tune, it touches my heart. If you come up with a nice song, come on. Oh, maybe you do have to actually change. Okay, just do a bunch of A's and then 1 down. Like 7 A's, 1 down.
Beautiful.
Alright, that should work. I guess that that's just the option to, like, change it if you want to. I thought he would, like, disappear after that.
Alright, okay, hang on. Stop that. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go. Okay.
Okay, go ahead and play it right now that you're not facing him, just to make sure. No, you just did write down. That was the last one he recorded. Okay, yeah, so it does have to be a full set of 8. Whatever you choose, I guess, has to be a full set of 8. I think you need one more note.
Why does it have to be 8?
Because that's how much the scale can hold, is 8.
I hate that. Okay.
Also, musicians like the number 8. Alright, now go and just to make sure, so we don't have to do this again, go and play it to the other guy. The other scarecrow that's right there. Oh, you have an ocarina. Hey, why don't you lay a tune on me with that? Okay, weird. Okay, so now just go and talk to Pierre. Don't, like, play the ocarina, but just talk to him, which is the other guy. He should essentially say, like, hey, I remember you. You're the guy that taught me that song. Okay, yeah. So that shows that he does remember that one. So now you can go switch to an adult and play the song for the other guy.
Okay.
Because then he'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember you. It's up, right, left, up. I'll save you time from having to go through the menus.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's a lot easier to use in Majora's Mask. There's no going back and forth between scarecrows. You literally just play a song and he remembers it.
Alright, let's go.
And for Serenade, it's A down, right, left.
I guess it just feels weird that it's 8 because all the other ones are shorter.
Yeah, the only one's 8 is the Blare of Fire.
Okay. Gotta go fast.
I mean, I guess to be fair, in real life, if you could, like, swim an entire lake this large in under 30 seconds, that would be pretty fast.
Oh yeah. I'd be really damn impressed. Okay.
So yeah, now it's just this guy, so if you play the, you might have to get closer to him, though. There you go. Maybe you have to talk to him first? You did do it correctly, though. Go ahead and talk to him first, because he might be like, hey, I want to hear a song from you. Okay, now try it. Nothing. Alright, cool.
I love how communicative this all is. This whole experience has been.
I think for time's sake, we just skip the training grounds, if that's the case. So what it's supposed to do is he's supposed to say, like, hey, I remember that song, I'll remind my friend Pierre of it, and then every time you play it, he'll appear, if he can appear in that area, and then you can use him like a hookshot target. So that would enable you to hookshot up to one of the spots you couldn't get in a previous room, and then that will be where the last key is. Since apparently it's just going to decide to not work.
Well.
But, for the record, the reward, in case you couldn't figure it out, if you go to your item screen, is the last empty slot on there. Which is the ice arrow, which is just south of the fire arrow, just north of the light arrow.
Yeah.
It will freeze enemies if you fire it at anything. It is completely useless in the game. It does absolutely nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Which kind of makes me wonder why they didn't flip that location with the one for the double defense, which was extremely easy to reach.
Yeah.
Because then it might actually feel like that reward is worth it, but I guess not. Oh, one other thing. Warp to the Temple of Time real quick.
Oops.
After you're done warping here.
I'm gonna grab some fairies real quick.
Well, that's the thing. It actually involves fairies. It was another thing that we never showed off.
Oh, okay. Then I will turn around and go do the other one. Gotta hear that fun music.
Up, right, left, up. It did not want to take that input.
It did not!
She was hitting the right buttons. I watched it. She was hitting the right buttons. The controller's like, nah.
Just go slower then, and just do it with one singular finger.
Alright, I don't think the item we need is as an adult, but it is just outside of the temple as a kid, so just switch to being a kid. And then we'll show it off.
I want running shoes. I must go faster. You are too slow. Unacceptable. Alright, small child.
Okay. So, there's actually a couple things that you can do with the item in question. One more screen. Those, the gossip stones that are over there. There's a couple different things that you can do with these. We're only going to show off one, but, and that's namely because it won't let you use most of your items here, is if you hit them with your sword, they'll actually tell you what time of day in-game it is, like so. Which is a way, namely, to figure out if the Gravekeeper is out or not. You can also squish them with a Megaton Hammer if you're an adult. If you shoot them with a projectile, so the bow, the slingshot, the boomerang, they'll wiggle around. If you use Din's Fire, they grow. And last but not least, if you go up next to them and play either Zelda's Lullaby or the Song of Time, I know Zelda's Lullaby works. You'll make fairies appear.
Awesome. I'm full up on fairies, but I will consume it.
Also, if it will let you use bombs, there's another really cool one you can do with bombs. If it will let you use it here. I have no idea if it was actually going to enable you to. Nope, didn't think so.
Nope.
Oh well, alright, you can go back to being an adult. If you use bombs or bomb chews and make them explode, they'll start blinking and then they take off like a rocket into the sky and explode, and then they reform.
Looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again.
So there are a bunch of these around the world that we've seen. There's 32 in total. Most of them will just say, they'll just give you like little small hints like, oh, if you put bugs inside of the patches of the soil, sometimes it'll make a gold skull appear. Some of them are just plot related, like one of them says the Gerudos worship Ganondorf almost like a god. Typically not anything super important, but it's kind of cool that they can show that off to you. In Majora's Mask, they're a little bit more useful. There's a ton of them in the final area of the game, and you collect masks in that game, unsurprisingly. And every single one in the final area will tell you where one of the masks is in the real world. It'll give you like a rough estimate of like, oh, this person has this. The correct time is 1508. That sounds like a good time to go.
Still 1508, 7 years later.
Yeah. It had to be exactly 7 years.
Yep. Alright.
Alright, so let's go fight Ganon.
Let's go! Don't touch me, please.
Also, yes, you can fall off that bridge.
Jump. If all of your friends jumped off the giant rainbow bridge, would you?
I'd just be stoked to see a giant rainbow bridge.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Alright, well, you gotta destroy all the pillars, so really, take your choice for which one you want.
What was that one that we were doing last time?
That was the
said
shadow
there was
one.
something we needed to do. Okay. Okay, 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 okay,
Good start.
okay. Ooh.
I think you were actually right on line with it when you pulled the bow out.
Okay, okay. Okay. Oh.
Nope.
Nice try. Good start. Good start. Ugh, okay. Okay. Oh god. That's gonna kill me. Have I learned from my mistakes? No!
Nope. Especially since you could have killed the like leg, turned around and shot the
I could have.
thing again.
I could have. I think we've already established I don't learn from my mistakes, though. Okay.
I didn't go through all those years of school and all those years of university so that I could learn from other things, too.
Okay.
Also, you actually don't need to hit that switch again because you can hook shot to the treasure chest where the gold gauntlets were.
Okay.
So you can actually just completely skip that.
Oh boy, if you say so. Boy howdy. Okay.
Alright,
So-
you still have to hit the switch that's down there because that opens the door at the end of the thing.
Oh god.
You're going to want to angle yourself a little bit better for the jump. Remember, you can always use L to center the camera behind you as well. And the hover boots might help slightly. Hold on, that switch is already pressed down. Never mind. You need to hit the other one, so don't worry about making that jump. That one's already pressed down.
Okay. I'm aware that I went too far.
Yeah, that's the switch that you want, is that rested one. And you don't have to take the path. You can make that from here.
I
think you have to roll, but you can't make it from there.
Okay.
Or you can use the hover boots. The hover boots also work.
I will use the hover boots. Excuse me.
Yeah, the elemental arrows are a little bit picky with how their targeting works.
Don't ask me why I jumped there.
He tried to cut a corner, basically. Like so.
Don't mind me.
Click, 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 click. And off the map with you.
Ah, man, I forgot.
How could you forget losing your tunics?
No, I remember losing my tunics, and I was like, what are you gonna do? Take my green tunic?
No, they can't do that, thankfully. Which is why I'm glad you didn't switch back to your red tunic.
That's specifically why I didn't switch back. I just forgot that it would throw me off the freaking platform while I was at it.
There you go.
Nope. No!
Okay, that was on you. You walked into him.
I tried to hit B. Stop, stop,
I would.
stop.
I would have just ignored him and just kept moving, but sure.
Okay.
Also, you can go to the pots, but you have to stand, like, right next to them, because one of them will have a large thing of magic, which you probably want.
Likely.
Because the left one had a bundle of arrows, so that one will probably have magic. Yep. There it goes.
Much say. Not that. I don't want to say that. Hang on.
Again, imagine doing this on an N64 controller. Also, now you don't have to take the first platform if you want to walk the other platform, because it does start from this platform. If you use the lens of truth, it'll be off to the left.
Do I want to just try to, like...
That's up to you. You're burning magic at this point.
Nope. Okay. Oh no, I forgot. I don't want to wear those stinking things.
I would say your best bet is just to cross the thing fully and hover boots to the rusted switch. Because there's a torch at the very end of the room, and so you can just hookshot the torch and just go there. I don't think that's ever been shown in game, but yeah, you can pull yourself to a torch by long-shotting or hook-shotting it. You actually have to do that, I think, in one of these rooms. Actually, no, you don't have to, but you can. So I was thinking it's the fire room, but I'm pretty sure there's a hookshot target on the wall.
Nope. Okay.
Nice.
Alright. Okay. Nice. Okay. Oh, jeez. That was my bad.
Yeah. If you'd held forward, you probably could have grabbed that again and made it back.
I don't know what's happening.
Close.
Not that. Okay.
Nice. Just had to go and fight it.
I'm just gonna go.
Well, that platform's not there anymore, so you have to shoot it again, so you might as well kill the like first now.
Gross. Gross. Okay. Hey. Alright. Okay. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Alright, so Megaton hammer that. Opens the door, and then you can hookshot to the torch that's right next to the door. Unless you wanted a platform back there.
Absolutely not.
Probably for the best, because I think it does in fact reset that switch should you fall off again, the one that you just hit.
Hello? There we go.
Hooray.
Okay. Yay! Okay.
And there's also also some stocked items there, usually arrows and magic.
Thank you.
Mainly because you need them for this, because you have all these different barriers when you get to the end of a challenge, and you have to shoot them with a light arrow.
Oh.
That destroys them. Also, depending on where you shoot the ball, you can get some really funny cutscenes here.
Alright, so...
I mean, I don't know where those are specifically, I just know that I've seen it a couple times. Sure, good a spot as any.
Oh, hello!
Yeah, it'll show the sage relative to the barrier. But I had one time where the arrow was sticking directly out of Saria's eye.
Ah, lovely.
Tragically, that was not on stream. I've had one that was sticking out of Durnia's stomach that was on stream, I'm pretty sure.
Huh?
I think those are the only two.
Oh, thank God, it doesn't make me go out.
No, it works you out. It works you back here. And it destroys whichever barrier that you went through. So now, choose another barrier.
Well, the water one's right there.
Which thankfully in this case is
And by water, I mean ice.
Yeah, this is an ice puzzle, thankfully. Normally I would not say thankfully, but compared to the water mechanics, I would much rather deal with the ice.
I'm glad I spent time on that.
I thought it was going to freeze you, honestly. I thought it was going to be a trap one.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead now. My bad. I walked right into that. Oh my God, he's right behind me.
Ah, that's why I remember there being a freezing chest. There is one, it was just the other one.
Okay. Do I need to empty one of my
You
things?
probably will have to empty one of your bottles, yes.
Alright,
I would keep the
I want
potion.
that.
Yeah. Plus, I'm pretty sure the room you're going into also has a fairy hidden in it, so you can just get the fairy back.
Okay. Thanks. Buddy.
That opens the door.
Okay.
Of course, it's locked behind the
Ice.
red ice.
Yeah. Red eyes, white dragon. I mean, black dragon.
Yeah.
That was not what I...
No, it was not. At all. Also, before you go into that door, grab another bottle of it, because I think you might need a second bottle. Just the one, though. Just refill the one you put in there. And watch the frame rate tank.
Yep. Ouch.
2 minutes to solve this
Lovely.
puzzle. It's only 2 blocks. It's really not that bad. That is the wrong one to push, I'll go ahead and tell you.
Okay.
Well, too late, you pushed it.
Well,
So jump into the pit, I guess, to reset the puzzle. You'll lose a heart, but still. I don't remember what waiting on the timer does. It may insta-kill you. I don't think it does.
Okay.
That pot will have the fairy, so don't break it.
okay. So do I just push that one forward, or what?
This is only a 3-step process. Unfortunately, you got it wrong.
Ugh.
Because the door is locked, you're trying to get to a switch. And I saw the red ice, so I was correct that you did need to bring some blue fire with you.
Okay, okay. So, I don't want to push that one forward.
The first thing you have to do is plug that hole that's in the center of the room.
Do I want to do it with this one? Nope. Nope. Link, I swear, it's bad, but it's not that bad.
Alright, there you go. There's one of them taken care of. Now you gotta get
Okay.
the other block over there.
No. Ouch. Is that one rusted or just...
That looks like it's rusted from here. All hail the hammer. Yep, it is.
Smash. Smash it with a hammer. Not you.
Smash it with a lens of truth.
Yep.
7 years bad luck. It's fine.
Okay.
Now if you want that fairy, you can go and get it. Because you do not need blue fire for the rest of the dungeon, nor the rest of the game.
Thank God. I cannot believe I caught that.
Oh yeah, like, they go through, it seems like they go through the wall on purpose, which is probably why the game lets you do that, because it seems like they have an affinity for just going into a wall at the first possible chance they get. I would just go ahead and put on the light arrow, but sure, that works too. Because I think that's actually the end of the water one. For all the shit the water temple gives, the dungeon area in Ganon's tower for water is incredibly easy by comparison. Yep, that's it.
Bro. Bro.
I don't do parties.
Not you. Hurry up, I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah, they all say essentially, like, it's slightly varied, but it's like, hurry up, hurry!
I'm working on it.
It's just like Resident Evil 5 when you're mashing the button. Come on, Chris, hurry! Chris, come on, hurry up, hurry up!
Have you seen any of the gameplay for the 8?
For the 8?
Resident Evil 8.
Oh, you mean Resident Evil Village? Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. It's actually pretty cool. I'm watching
Septiceye, yeah, I know he did a launch date one. He did one, and Tom Fox, I think, did the other. You have to grab it from the very front of it, because it wants to show off a really cool animation that it's gonna do.
Yeet.
Fuck you, Ganondorf. I hope you feel this.
Damn. Okay. Consider that, but with like newer graphics.
Yeah.
That would be sick. Which one is this one? The sand one?
This is the light one.
Oh god.
Yep, a bunch of invisible enemies in here. Mostly, the middle is a spider, and the right side ones, or the ones on the chest are the bats.
Oh.
I mean, you can just shoot them with a hook shot, bow and arrow, blow up the bomb. The chests will have varying things in them. I'll go ahead and tell you the chest that you actually want that has the key to unlock that door is by killing all the enemies. All these chests are fake. This is a great room in a randomizer though, because there's 7 chests in here. So provided you can find the gold gauntlets early enough to make use of this, it can come in handy.
No. Sure. Let's go with that.
You can open the other ones if you want. I think they're like recovery hearts,
I'll take it.
freeze chests, arrows.
Thanks.
Though if you're looking for hearts, you're at full now, so... Well, you were at full.
Well, that's so sad. I must open them all. I must. Even though I'm full at health, at rupees, at I only have things to lose at this point.
Yep. That's probably a bundle of arrows.
Yep.
And that's probably bombs, if I had to guess. Nope, another freeze.
It's another freeze chest. Fantastic. Alright. Well, this was fun. Alright. And it's another freeze chest. I mean, what?
I think, fittingly enough, whenever you walk in, the invisible bats are sitting on certain chests, and the ones that they're not sitting on are the freeze traps.
Interesting. Oh, I know this one.
I swear to God, if you'd played the Sun song, I'd be like, nope, we're done. That's it. Good night, everybody. Ending the stream right now.
This is not going to end well, so we're just going to...
Kick.
And it's another freeze chest.
I think you're done with those. I think that was the last one in the game, actually.
Thank God, I'm over those things.
To be fair, they didn't start introducing them until pretty late in the game.
Oh,
It's another collect all the silver rupees room.
Okay. Ouch. Okay, ouch. Okay. Ouch. Okay. This is going well. Okay. No, get back in there. Okay, what am I missing?
Remember how you had one on the inside, but you didn't check all the inside sections of that little thing that you're standing on?
Oh, did I not?
Nope. It was on screen.
Ouch. Here it is.
It's on
Here it is.
screen right now.
Okay.
Timer's still going.
Oh my God. Why is it still going?
Yes.
Let me out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now this is the fake one. You can walk through that wall. Also, there's a wall master in here, so you probably should keep moving.
Oh God. Go. Okay.
There you go. Now you're at the actual spot. Still have the restock and everything. How fitting the light one was the one full of the most evil.
Right. Or at the very least, with all the shit that's hardest to see. What am I looking for? That is what I'm looking for.
You're looking for the hover boots. Always the hover boots.
See, the arrows, the first one stayed, but now they aren't.
I think
don't
it
know
just
where to
depends
shoot
on where
them.
you hit it, honestly. Hurry!
I'm working on it!
So that leaves, what, Forest, Spirit, and Fire, I believe, are the three that are left.
I believe so.
The Spirit one's not too bad.
Is that all the ones on the bottom floor?
I mean, there's none down here, per se. Unless they're, like, at the bottom of the stairs.
I already did that. I think so. They were just the two of them. Okay. Alright, so I guess Forest is next.
Yep. For my money's worth, this is the hardest one. Not this first room, though. This room's easy. Hi, Wolfus.
That's it?
Well, I mean, that's not it. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a bloopy. Or a restock. Bloopy. So you have to light all the torches, so you have to use dense fire on those four, and then the fire on the one that's just above the door that you're going to go through.
I don't know if I did that.
Oh, it's fine. It'll spread out pretty far.
Okay. And then the one
There's
right
one
above
behind
the
you.
door.
It's just above the door. Yeah. Now for the difficult part.
Frick. Oh no.
Yeah, so for this one, you could probably guess what you have to do. You have to run out onto unsolid ground and then let the little wind turbine push you onto solid ground. Yeah.
Okay.
Delicious. You'll have to come back to get that one in a little bit. That switch down there will make a pillar appear, and then that will let you get up there.
I don't like that. Appreciate it. Alright. Nope. Did not time that right.
Nope. Don't worry, it'll stop your momentum.
Thank God.
So now if you turn around to where you were just at.
Ow.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to reach that BMOS from here with throw.
Okay. Yes. So now that I'm turned around.
Yeah, see that thing that's not there anymore? Or that wasn't there previously? That's got the rupee on top of it? On the platform you were just at?
Yes.
Yeah, that's there now.
Okay.
The switch doesn't make it abundantly clear what unlocks. That's what unlocks. So you can hook shot back to that and get the rupee this time. You can also kill the BMOs from here.
Oh.
Oh, I'm impressed you didn't kill yourself with
I
that.
very nearly killed myself.
I would
with
recommend taking the boots off while you're trying to kill this BMOs, because more
Yeah.
often than not, when you try to run forward and throw, you're just going to walk off the map and accidentally kill yourself.
that.
You don't have to do it from the top of the pillar either. You can do it from the bottom spot. In fact, I don't even know if you can make the throw from here. I know you can make it from the lower platform. You have to be very close to the edge, but you can make that throw. There you go.
There we go. Nice.
So now he's dead.
Okay. So now I jump to that platform.
Yep. The problem is now you're not going to have the switch to stop your momentum when you land, so you'll have to prepare for that while you're falling. Oh, or go there, sure. There's that one. This is another shitty one where basically you have to wait for that to stop blowing and then walk over to it.
No, 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 no.
Nope, now you gotta redo it all.
Not all of it.
What do you mean not all? Oh, well, the pillar, yeah. The BMOS is back, though.
That's okay. Thank you.
You really wanted those to be equipped.
I was pressing B and then A. I just wasn't pressing. I was pressing B too early, I guess, so it wasn't registering it. So I was just re-equipping those shoes. So I was really happy to be done with the.
Alright, so you want to wait for that fan to stop and then go to that platform and stand on it. And then switch to your iron boots. And then once it's at full speed, then you're going to switch to your hover boots again.
So now?
Now, yeah. Because if you do it while it's just starting to pick up, you're not going to get the momentum necessary.
Makes sense.
Yep. Now you just got to get there, and there's no torch to hookshot to, so you actually have to platform back across.
Thankfully, that's not that bad.
It was not fun to do when you were 8 years old, trust me.
Oh, I'm sure.
And since I was an idiot, I did them in order, so this was the first one that I did. Because I couldn't get into the light one because you need the gauntlets from the shadow one. So, Forest would have been the first one I would have done.
Okay. I keep getting consumed by the big, whatchamacallit.
Yep. By the big artery.
Mm-hmm.
Forest barriers dispelled, hurry up.
I'm trying!
I love how it just cuts through and she's just like, ah. barrier 4 down. 2 remain, Spirit and Fire.
Alright, Spirit. What's that thing do?
This one's not too bad, honestly. This is probably the easiest one outside of light. And maybe water, I guess. That was a big one, so you gotta hit him twice. You did get him with that first shot, though. There we go.
I'm very rude with him.
So yeah, it's got a bunch of these little sliding things. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use the Armo statues to like pull the pull them back so you get more room. But you can honestly just walk through most of them. Like you might get hit, but you know it's half to a quarter of a heart, so it's not really that big a deal. See, still get it.
And that's pretty much everything that I lost already.
Yep.
Yeah, not necessary.
Nope.
Die. Fools.
There's a couple switches you can spin. Attack the one that's closer to you. It's behind the door, but you can spin attack from here, or just swing at it. And this, ladies and gentlemen, would be the first and only time in the entirety of the game that you need the bomb shoes.
Of course. Which I've been full up on for a very long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's that little hole in the top of that grating, so you just have to send the bomb shoe to hit the switch. There you go.
That's close enough.
It's actually better to hit the torches because the torches automatically make it blow up. I don't think it automatically blows up if it hits the switch. Which might be why the torches are there.
Oh, okay.
You need light, first and foremost, in here. You might be able to use the light arrows. You could in Majora's Mask. I don't know if you can in Ocarina.
Like, to shoot...
Like, just shoot the sun statue or the sun switches with a light arrow. You can do that in Majora's Mask. I don't know if it works here. It does not work here. Okay.
Does not work here.
I know for a fact it works in Majora's Mask, because you have to do that for some puzzles.
Can I use the bomb shoot?
No, I think it's got to be a fire arrow. Or Din's Fire, if you want to use Din's Fire. Din's Fire is more magic. That's about the only difference. If it doesn't work, we'll find out. It did not. Wow. Actually couldn't reach.
No. You just need to go on magic. You
Yep.
don't need that anyways, right?
No, especially not when you're fighting the final boss. You definitely don't need to use light arrows on him at all.
Do the fairies re-up any of your...
There you go. That might have also spawned in a Wall Master, so watch out for that.
Like, seriously?
Oh, I guess not. Some of the switches will make him spawn in. Some of the incorrect ones. I believe it is the one that's... it's not one of the ones facing the door.
Okay, stop that. Hey, turn around.
I think it's the one directly opposite of where you're facing right now. That will make a Floor Master spawn in, so you don't have to
Oh, crap.
Yeah, incorrect ones will make them appear.
Will it not go away
I mean, you could have killed it. Now you just ignore it.
Yeah, I totally knew that was the thing. Totally. Hello.
All that
Thank
for
you.
Deku now. Whoop-de-doo.
Appreciate it.
Yay. It's probably gonna be like something like, hurry up, kid. Or get moving, kid.
What's up?
Hey, I was right.
Hey, there you go.
I played this game too many times. And that leaves fire.
And we all know who started the fire.
Damn it, Ryan.
God damn it, Ryan.
Since Ryan is the one causing problems at my workplace half the time, it is in fact Ryan that's usually starting the fire.
Agreed.
Now you need the tunic. Well, you don't need the tunic, but it helps because you don't have to worry about the timer.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, second of all, alright, gotta get my matching outfit here.
Also, if you're playing the one, you do need the gold gauntlets for this room as well. So make sure you do the shadow one first.
Oh, that's syncing. Okay.
Yep.
These all sync.
Yep,
They're all
they do.
syncing. They're all syncing. And I don't appreciate... Oh, God.
So there is a trick to this one, is
Okay.
if you jump across like small corners, it will help it rise up slightly, and that will give you a little bit more time.
Okay.
Like so. It's not a lot, but I mean, like every little bit helps.
There's nothing here. Oh, no. There's one.
Right between the goalposts. That'd be 3 points if it was a field goal.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's okay. This is fine. This is fine. I will take the damage as long as I'm not actively dying. Oh my god. Okay. Good lord.
Wee.
Okay.
The door's open.
Okay. Except how do I get back?
You just jump. So now comes the fun part, is the only spot that you can make that shot from is on the platform that sinks. You have to go to that spot right there.
No pressure.
Nice.
Oh, God. No pressure. Just
That took
slowly
Brandon like
sinking.
5 tries to do in his first attempt. He made it all the way to the end of the room every single time, and then just messed up that last one.
Ugh, unfortunate. What's up, brah?
I like his I have to take a dump pose that he made there.
Yep. I am hurrying. I'm doing the best I can.
Now I'm just picturing a whiny version of Link. I'm trying!
I'm trying. Alright. Was this the last one?
It was.
Nice. I feel like we made decent time.
Hour and 38 minutes. That also includes the training grounds, which we did everything in and didn't miss anything at all.
Yep, not a single
The
thing.
game didn't glitch out or anything.
Nope. And I have to go to the bottom floor, right? Where's the... I'm gonna real quick eat a fairy.
You're only missing 4 1/4 hearts.
Doesn't it also replenish your magic, though?
No.
Oh, well, never mind then.
That's what the green potion's for.
Okay. Okay, I guess I need to be up here.
Yep, you have to go up. Just keep following the perimeter and you'll find it. That's usually what I do when going through this room, is just follow the perimeter.
This goes back down, though.
But it'll go back up.
Oh.
That's why you follow the perimeter. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Ouch. It's a heck of an incisor.
And now for Ganon's Tower, Stage 2. There are bats in here. You don't have to fight them, you can just ignore it if you want.
Okay.
Unless you want the reward of 50 rupees for killing them all.
I'm good.
It was an epic fail by that bat. Somehow managed to miss you there.
Alright.
Denalphos!
Bro?
Hooray!
Lovely. Alright.
That's all that was in here. Just those.
Nice.
The boss key. Right, crotch too.
Can I please?
The final key.
Alright.
It's a bit weird since Ganon actively challenged you. Why would he have a boss key where he locked the door?
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Dark Nuts. I'd recommend tackling them one at a time. You do have to slash them to wake them up, same as you did with the ones that were in the chairs. But they're no stronger or weaker than the other ones.
No. Ow. Have I learned a strategy? Absolutely not.
No. Even though I've given you the strategy for fighting those things.
Yes. I'll take that health back, please, though.
How dare this game reward bad behavior? You've killed the salt. Let's kill the pepper. Lost his armor. Or, well, part of his armor, I guess, anyway. Still wearing most of it.
A distinctive amount. Okay, I'm assuming that one.
Yep.
Okay.
You may or may notice that the music is getting louder. The organ music.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Lovely. Spectacular.
I would recommend saving those pots for the boss fight because most of them have magic and arrows, so if you run out of magic or arrows, you can go get them later.
Okay.
And this is the infamous room that Ben had his game crash in. It was this one right here.
Oh, God.
This is how far he went through the game without saving the entire time, and this is where it crashed. Now you can truly appreciate how horrific that was for him. And why he has not played the game since.
Yeah, never again.
Alright.
Zelda? Star Fox!
I'm not looking up art of Zelda wearing that same bikini that Crystal is for you. You'll have to do that on your own.
Oh, absolutely not. Bro, he is so extra.
He also refills your life for you.
Thanks!
He wants it to be a fair fight, I guess.
Appreciate it. I don't like the way that's phrased. I'm calling the police.
The best part is, in a randomizer, he can say, like, a bunch of different things, not only from this game, but from Majora's Mask. And so whenever I fought him, he's like, what? You want to know why I keep scratching my back? And it's like, no.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
There's a bunch of, like, really funny ones. It's almost worth playing a randomizer just to see what he'll give you, because there can be some really great ones in there. Because that is another thing you can do in a randomizer. You can literally randomize all the dialogue in the game.
Oh my god.
Which means if you're saying yes or no to something, you have no idea what you're saying yes or no to unless you know the game really well. I can't help you because of the waves of darkness. I can't get close. That just basically means you can't L-target him for this fight.
Helpful. Love that, especially because I'm gonna I'm shooting him with arrows.
Yep.
Which I don't have fucking equipped. What am I doing?
I was gonna say, that's on you.
It's not like I didn't have warning. Okay.
Game saved.
Ah!
Falcon punch.
Ah! Okay.
Now I gotta climb back up.
Seriously?
Yep. Just take that middle pillar.
Oh, I can just climb. Okay.
Yep.
I thought you meant I was gonna have to go all the way around again.
No, they do that in a previous Zelda game with Moldorm, where if he knocks you off the map, you have to start the fight over and it refreshes his health for a boss fight. But thankfully that does not happen here. I'd recommend getting to a corner of the room after you climb up all the way. Or we could just stay here forever.
I didn't know if he was just gonna kick my ass as soon as I popped up. Nah.
Launch kept moving.
Okay.
So yeah, it is the ping pong game from Phantom Ganon. Thankfully, it works way better here than it did before. So you have to ping pong back at him.
Ah.
at some point he will obviously mess up his ping pong shot, and when he does, he'll flash red, and then you shoot a light arrow at him. Like so.
Oh shit.
Nope, just don't.
Shit.
This is the final boss fight after all.
Ah! That was my bad.
Yep, that was on you.
I hit the wrong button. Also, I have some questions.
I might want to move forward a little bit so the camera's not having a stroke.
Okay.
Yeah, you pretty much only get one shot, and if you miss, then it will be too late, regardless of how fast you pull out the bow and arrow. Nice. Alright, now we're up to him and go to town. At least now you're facing him, though.
Yeah.
Well, you were. I think you turned away from him.
What?
It was hard to tell because you were up against the wall.
I am not great at aiming. Just gonna go ahead and start this off with that.
You probably got one more light arrow left before you're out of magic to be able to fire it. That might be too low as well, I honestly don't know. Well, they let you do one more. Alright, go get him.
No!
Alright, well, you need to jump down and restock on magic or use your green potion, either one. I would recommend restocking, but that's just me.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Thanks.
The minute you hit him with the light arrow, you can start running at him. You don't have to hit him multiple times with light
okay.
arrows, just the once will stop.
Is that enough for now? Or
Yeah, that should be
I-
fine.
Okay.
Fine.
How many times do we have to do this summon thing?
Depends on how many times you hit him with the sword whenever you stun him.
And I'm using the Goron sword, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You can use the Master Sword if you want, but like the only difference it'll make is when you're actually hitting him, not when you're hitting the ball back and forth. You didn't have your sword pulled out, that's why. He also does one other move, but he doesn't do it very often, so you probably won't even see him do it, to be honest. Nice. Nice.
I cannot believe that let it count.
if you're facing him directly, you don't have to aim left, right. You just have to aim up slightly. It's already targeted on him pretty well.
Missed.
Also, for anyone curious, yes, the strategy of like throwing the lightning strike back to the bottle in this fight does work on this guy, not just Phantom Ganon. It works on him too.
Nope.
Well, you might as well restock now that you're down here, because you almost out of magic again.
And for the record, yes, that hurt.
That's the idea.
I love how there was not a single thing of magic down
Not
here.
a one. Alright, well.
Not a damn.
You probably have one more shot of a lighter after that. You'll have to use your green potion.
Yeah. Jesus will kill Ganondorf.
Last I checked, Jesus wasn't alive when motorized vehicles existed.
Nope.
Unless you want to count a horse as a motorized vehicle.
I don't. Oh shit. Okay. Right?
Yep.
Slurp. Alright. And that is just a single-use item.
Yep, only at one.
Don't miss.
Well, I was gonna say, he's pretty close to being dead, honestly. Like, one more and he's, after that one more, he's absolutely gone. He's already taken like 6 or 7 hits with the double damage there, so. He probably needs like 1-2 more hits with the sword. About done.
No.
It's also a nice effect they put on his cape that it gets more and more tattered the more and more damage that he takes.
Oh yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Okay, so charge his spin attack? Like now? Let it go. There you go, now hit him with a light arrow.
Damn it!
He very rarely does that attack at low health, but he will do it once in a blue moon. And he's doing it again. It's really easy to throw back at him.
Oh,
though.
fuck. I missed. Yeah. I let it go too early.
Do it again.
Really?
Yep. You should probably start charging that spin attack. Oh, well, too late now. Oh no, you can still get it. You still got him with that, I think.
Kick my ass. Let's try this. Alright.
It was right, 2 hits.
Nice. Kiss my ass. Sorry. Luigi made me here?
In the original version, yes, that was blood. They changed it to make it more kid-friendly, quote-unquote, by making it green. So it looks like throw up instead of blood.
Love that.
But no, blood in the original. As it should have actually been.
So, is this phase 2? No?
He fell through his cape. It got so tattered it just went right through him.
That's like deadass it? He doesn't have a second phase?
No, there's no, like, Ganondorf 2. There is something else you have to do, though.
Take the bit of the Triforce from his corpse?
Nope. Fucking Ganondorf. What a piece of shit.
Now we have to escape the castle, right?
Bingo.
Whilst carrying Zelda.
Yep. Well, not carrying her per se, but you do have to follow her.
Is this, like, what's her face following her, or... Who is it that we were supposed to follow that just straight up disappeared?
Oh, Ruto? No, she actually is with you the whole time.
I'm here. Does she speed up to move with you, or...?
No. But you do have to stay within a certain proximity of her. Also, if you take damage while this is going on from the falling debris, she'll stop and gasp and it will slow you down.
Ugh.
But she cannot be killed, so...
Come on.
But yeah, you do need her because she raises while he's,
Ah,
She opens the door with her skinny-ass arms.
regrettable.
Fell.
I just didn't understand why I didn't jump.
Well, to be fair, with Zelda, she just straight up walked across that.
Yeah, she's just kind of floating.
They probably didn't want to animate her
Bullshit, but
jumping, to
whatever.
be fair.
I mean, neither do I.
Oh, you know how to animate? That's news to me.
I
You
mean,
could've-
not well.
You could have been making some, like, really serious money if you know how to animate, like, incredibly well.
Oh, not well, no. Why is it doing that? It's jumping when I don't want it to. And it isn't jumping when I want it to. Let's go.
Don't feel skinny-ass arms.
Why are there so many friggin' barriers here? This is a fire hazard.
Okay, well, it's time to make things harder.
Why?
Because, it was too easy. We gotta
What?
fight these guys again for career.
Okay.
There's one. There's two.
Yes, let's hurry. I'm not the one holding this shindig up.
If you aren't still at full health whenever you free her, she'll actually drop rupees. As the game does sometimes whenever it's supposed to be hardest, but if you're at full, it's rupees. So don't feel skinny ass arms. Get crushed by that boulder.
Yep.
Ah yes, this room. This is my favorite room where she just like walks around like a drunken zombie. She takes like a weird L shape to get to the
There
door.
was a much faster way. Stop it.
She may not be following you. Okay, there you go. I have gotten like halfway down the staircase only to realize she wasn't behind me.
Lady, where are you going?
She didn't want to escape from the building that badly.
Fine, 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 fine. Let's just go.
Yeah, that's a pretty dick thing for them to do, to put that guy there.
Right?
You're almost out, though. You got plenty of time.
I love that it's gonna beep at me for 55 seconds, though.
Yeah. You actually cleared it faster than I usually do.
Nice.
I'm usually at about like 40. Because I just run through it and she like screams at me. I'm like, I don't care. I've got 20 hearts. Like, a boulder's not going to stop me.
I'm fine. This is fine. Yeah, Zelda, I hope you didn't want your castle, man. It's probably for the best, but still.
Also, the castle threw up. And
yeah, that's how castles fall.
Now my favorite part, proving that if a castle really did fall like that, we probably could have just stayed on the top and been perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Rather than risk going down a crumbling building.
Yeah. Again, imagine like this scene, but with new graphics.
Yeah. With graphics that are, 22 years newer.
Yeah. Just a little bit older. Just a little bit better. It's finally over. It's really not over. Y'all have a lot of rebuilding to do.
Yeah.
Like, as a continent, sociologically, economic... I don't want to hear from you.
I don't want to hear it.
Can I help you? What am I supposed to do? Walk forward far enough. To phase 2 of Ganon! I knew it!
You thought I would tell you the truth? Well, technically I did tell you the truth in a way. You asked if there was a phase 2 of Ganondorf. And there's not.
There is a phase... Ganon phase.
Yes. Because they are, at least in canonical story, they are two separate entities. And usually the easiest way to distinguish them is Ganondorf controls the Triforce of Power. Ganon is controlled by the Triforce of Power.
Can I have that back?
So yes, you can L-target this guy. I don't recommend doing that, but you can L-target this guy. You don't have the Waves of Darkness.
Hey, what am I supposed to do?
Oh, I wouldn't worry. That was just your Master Sword. You still have the big Goron Sword.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in your inventory right now.
It just unequipped.
Yeah, it did it for that cutscene. That's all. So what you need to do is attack his tail.
Ah, okay.
His tail is his weakness.
Okay.
Usually the easiest way to do that is to run directly at him and then roll between his legs, and it will poke you right where his tail is.
I can see. I can see why you don't recommend L-targeting.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Because that's just making me nauseous.
I just roll underneath him and then do a quick spin by like rotating the analog stick, and it's pretty much a guaranteed hit on his tail because of how much range the big Goron Sword has. If you're playing along and you do not have the big Goron Sword, you can use the Megaton Hammer on his tail. You can also use light arrows on his tail. You can also use light arrows on his face to stun him temporarily if you're having trouble getting behind him.
Oh.
He honestly does not do as much damage as you think he would, though. And part of that's the double defense, but still.
I can pretend that I can see things right now. Ah. That's exactly what I wanted to see. All I want to see is Ganon's crouch.
Yep. And once you do enough damage, at that point, the wall of fire will go away. And you go get the Master Sword.
Do I need to get the Master
Yes,
Sword?
you are required to get the Master Sword.
Okay. Thank you. Do I have to kill him with the Master Sword?
Yes. Now, you do have to inflict more damage before you inflict the final blow, because he's about to get back up. You can hit him right here. But if you want to weaken him with the big Goron sword with a couple of hits, because it will still do double damage, but it will not activate the cutscene to do the final blow until you hit his tail with the Master Sword. It has to be the Master Sword once you get it back.
So, should I switch?
It is up to you. Like, I usually hit him like 2 or 3 more times with the big Goron sword, and then switch back to the Master Sword.
Ouch. Ouch.
I do find it a bit odd that after getting Master Sword back that the spike doesn't change, though. Like, there's no new elements to the spike. This is exactly the same thing that you were doing in the first one. He didn't actually damage you with that hit for some reason.
He's not. Okay, so I think I'm gonna switch now.
Okay, go for it.
I cannot see. That's the first fairy I've used in this fight, for the record.
Yeah. That includes this, the Ganondorf fight, and the going down the tower.
Yeah.
You know, I've never actually failed going down the tower. I had to see what that does with something. If it was like, have a cutscene for it or not. I would assume not. I assume it probably just makes you versatile and kills you. But that was back before the days that they went to higher lengths to have extended game that people might arguably never see.
He's probably really close to death, considering how random
Well, it might also just be because you're close, though, too. Like, if you're close and in his sight, he's pretty much going to He definitely does not have the same strategy that Ganondorf has. But Ganondorf's also, like, an intelligent human being, as opposed to just a monster corrupted by the Triforce of Power.
There we go. Smack him in the butt. His nose!
Yeah, he's mostly pig. He's like part pig. And using my power to hold the evil king, you use your sword and deliver the final blow. Hashtag final blow.
Helpful.
You do actually have to go swing in space.
Lovely.
All that green blood.
You know, if I had just gotten stabbed in the face, I don't think I would have that much energy. Skinny arms.
Bring out the sage with the old skinny ass arms.
Into the void with you.
Send him to the Shadow Realm.
Brooklyn Rage. Okay, I'm not mad at that.
The power of gay? Yeah.
Well, the graphics
Yeah, this is good for 98.
This is really good, actually. I'm not mad.
This game is barely younger than you are.
Yeah, like, I'm... You! You!
Curse you, Zelda! Curse you, sages! But most of all...
I would have gotten
here's
away
an
with
ugly
it too,
face!
if it weren't for you meddling kids. Someday, I will exterminate. Exterminate.
I
That's
will
another
exterminate
flavor.
your decadence.
Ooh, delicious. Decadence. Now I'm thinking of chocolate cake.
Yep.
As long as the Triforce of Power is in my hand, you'll have a lot of fun with that? Question mark? I don't...
It basically means that he'll be reincarnated with the same evil desires that Ganondorf had.
Just like Link and Zelda are reincarnated.
Yep. Except in some cases with Link, he actually does not have the Triforce of Courage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Wind Waker, you actually get the Triforce of Courage during the game. You did that with Skyward Sword as well. Remember, you got the piece of the Triforce.
Oh, yeah.
Wind
You eventually get it.
Wind Waker is later in the timeline, though, so it's a bit different in that case. Because Skyward Sword is one of the first games in the timeline. Based on what we have surmised that we are not 100% sure about, but have a pretty decent idea of. I believe Wind Waker is in the third timeline.
Yeah, you're fine. Just... Wait, why are you taking my sword? Man? Oh well, at least I get the Goron sword.
Now for the infamous line that I have played through the game for. Now, bitch, give me the ocarina. Or, bitch, give the ocarina to me.
Wait, so she's gonna make me a kid again?
Yeah.
So now I gotta live through all this shit with Ganon?
No. Remember, there's 3 timelines. There's a timeline as a kid, which means you never pulled the Master Sword, which means Ganondorf never got the Triforce. There's the adult one, which is what happens here. And then there's the adult one where Link fails, where Ganondorf succeeds in taking over the world. Those are the 3 timelines. But in the kid one, like, you do get the spiritual stones, you do get the Ocarina of Time, you do have the Song of Time, but you don't go forward in time. You don't pull the Master Sword in that one. I just realized Zelda looks like she's already balding at that age.
She's got a hell of a hairline.
Also, where'd the gold gauntlets go? Shouldn't those still be on Link?
She took those 2.
Oh.
I mean, what am I gonna do with them whenever I'm a kid?
Give them back to Naboru. You promised you would.
Yeah, that's a good point.
you said you wanted silver gauntlets. I can give you some better ones, actually.
While you were sealing Ganon away, she was like, yoink.
These are mine now.
You did promise them to me. Ican has gauntlets.
And that's it.
That's it.
That is Ocarina of Time. Also, I'd like to point out that, again, with the bigger battle arena, noticed how when you were firing the balls back at Ganondorf, they weren't just, like, petering off into a random direction like they were in the Forest Temple.
That was...
A bigger arena made a big difference. It was a lot easier in a technical aspect.
I really cannot overstate how much better that fight was. Like, it was a lot easier, but it was easier in that it was less frustrating because the mechanics of the game worked.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it's going to be difficult, it should be difficult for the genuine aspect of the game and not difficult because whatever you're trying to do isn't working.
Yeah.
The mechanic isn't
Like,
working.
it's one thing with, like, oh, well, it's difficult because there's not a lot of time to shoot a light arrow where the window's small, but it's very different when it's like, oh, well, I probably could have hit that back, but unfortunately the camera was inside of a post, so I couldn't see what was going on.
Yep. Yeah, that was so much better, and I'm loving this end credit thing.
Yeah.
Like, the song overlaid with all the different places that you've been to. I'm down with that.
They have a really good version of Majora's Mask, too, because there's all these side quests, and you don't have to do them all, which is why they're side quests. and so it'll just show a black screen if you didn't save or like finish whatever quest that was. But if you did, in the ultimate final timeline, because you keep going back in time in that game, the ultimate best timeline is basically Link saved everything, like every single character. So you're basically creating a universe every time you go back in time. Like, one time Link goes and does this, and another time he goes and does this. Because otherwise, I don't think it's physically possible to save every single character in Majora's Mask in one 3-day cycle. I don't think it can be done.
Yeah.
If it can, it's extremely difficult. Also, this will show a part later that's got a slight fridge logic / head scratcher in it when it comes up here in a second. Because it's going to change songs here in a little bit. Also, Epona finally goes free.
Yeah.
Since you went back as a kid, Epona doesn't, like, at least in the kid timeline, there is no adult Link. So Epona has no rider. But because Ganondorf never took over the Sacred Realm, he never gave the ranch to the other guy. So he was in the care of Malon, so Malon just decides to let her go free because it's a wild horse, essentially.
That's sweet.
Yes! It is time. No more sweet, only dance.
All dance. Hell yeah.
Everyone's drunk.
Yeah, they really are. Look at that alien, not the alien guy, the water guy getting weird over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also a slight reprise, you can tell they've changed it a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
So yeah, here's the thing, like, you see how there's Kokiri hanging around in this area?
Yeah.
Part
Are
of
they
what
not supposed to leave the forest?
Yes, there's, the Great Deku Tree told them if they leave the forest, they die.
What?
So this means either this ending is not in canon, or what I more likely believe is the Great Deku Tree probably told them that to keep them safe from the outside world, but it wasn't actually true.
And Ganon. Yeah.
Because at first you're like, oh, well, Link was able to get out of the forest because he's not a Kokiri, he's a Hylian.
Yeah.
Which, yes, that would be true either way, but I personally ascribe to that concept more. Hearts doing the can-can. And of course, everyone's fan-favorite characters.
Aw.
King Zora and Mido just hanging out. This is obviously the timeline of Hero saves the world, not Hero is defeated or Kid.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to know what happens to Hyrule in that timeline. It ain't pretty.
It ain't good.
And 5 of the 6 sages return. Rauru is like, he guards the Temple of Time, so that's why he doesn't come back. But yeah, they are all brought back to their own spots, so they don't just, like, give up their lives / die. They actually can go back to ruling as princess, prince, whatever, depending on what area it is. I guess Noboru is technically the leader of the Gerudo now, because Ganon's dead.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, is just the village favorite.
Yeah, Sari's the village favorite. Impa, I guess, has not much to do anymore.
Yeah.
Dorinia's gonna go back to leading. I guess, since King Zora's still alive, it's up to Rito whether she wants to rule or not.
Yeah. So do you remember everything as a kid?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
And now it is time for the ultimate farewell that everybody was very upset to see.
Bye, Navi. Hope you find your dad. They shouldn't even say goodbye.
Nope.
Asshole.
No, her goal was, remember, all the Kokiri and a fairy. He got one despite not being a Kokiri. Her goal was literally just to help Link save the world, and now that that's over, she left.
Man, you cold as hell. Oh, hey, eyebrows. How's it going?
Just peeping on whoever's coming through that door next.
Huh? Still have the shield.
Yeah, because you can get it as a kid, so. There's Bowser in the background there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, eyebrows.
There he is. In the final shot, Bowser's just chilling in the background there. Love it.
Does she remember?
She remembers up to, like, telling you to go get the spiritual stones and entrusting the Ocarina to you, but other than that, no. Not in this timeline, anyway.
Huh.
And that's it. It'll just stay on the screen until the cartridge is reset, or
there you go.
you turn the game off and back on. So, by comparison to Skyward Sword, what did you think? Which, granted, is comparing apples and oranges because that is a different system and multiple years down the line and very different control schemes.
Yeah, Yeah, that's really hard. Personally, I like the aesthetic of Skyward Sword better. I liked the way everything looked better. The graphics were obviously better because, you know...
Yeah, it was 2011
gestures.
versus 1998.
I had some complaints with both of the movement mechanics. The massive upside to this is it did not have the nunchuck.
Yep, that's true.
The downside to this is that it was on the GameCube controller, and I'm really excited because I heard a rumor that they were going to...
Oh, it played your Scarecrow song. I didn't know it did that. That's awesome. I don't remember that. What the hell?
Nice.
That's news to me.
I'm glad that somebody remembered.
Yeah, you
that
can actually...
sure as hell wasn't what's-his-face.
You can actually make, like, a quality thing, because you can also hold the notes down. Like, if you hold left, right, down, up on the C stick or the A button, you can actually make the note hold for longer, like they are in the actual melodies.
Huh.
And so, like, you can make some decent songs there, but it's just better to hear
Yeah.
just on the A button. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to pretty much anything that comes out on the Switch, because the Switch controls are so much better than the Wii Remote and even the GameCube controller when you put it in the whatchamacallit, the thing for the Switch.
Yeah.
Because I really genuinely think that it controls so much better, and it's probably just the benefit of technology, and the graphics are great.
Yeah.
And so I think that if both of them were re-released on the Switch, then they would give each other a real run for their money, because they're both really good conceptually. They're just in slightly different ways. I personally enjoyed the aesthetic of Skyward Sword more, and kind of more the concept of, oh, there's this whole other world down there that we're exploring. The going back and forth in time is... I don't like time travel, personally, as a concept in games, movies, books, just because it gets too complicated, because whenever I think about parallel timelines, it makes me nauseous.
Yeah.
This one did it pretty well. There were some parts that you just have to go back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
And really, this game would be immensely hard to play without a guide.
Yes.
Immensely difficult to play without a guide, and I feel like Skyward Sword would be a little bit easier to play without a guide.
Yeah.
And so...
It is a little bit more hand-holdy than this game is.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that, too, comes from, especially, like, Zelda 2 is an incredibly bad offender about it, but back then, if you're going to buy a game for, $20, $30, which now would equate to, like, over what we pay now with the $60,
yeah,
you want the game to last, but you can't make the game super long just due to limitations. And so the best way to do that is by not giving a lot of hints and making people, like, really work and trial and error through it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, in a way, like, it is frustrating, but if you do manage to finish it, you definitely feel like you got your money's worth out of a game that, nowadays, if you had a guide, you could probably beat Zelda 2 in, like, maybe 10% of the time it took as a kid.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I think that if they were both, like, not just re-released on the Switch, but, like, reworked a little bit to fix some of the mechanical issues that they have, like, with that Phantom Ganon fight,
Mm-hmm.
I think that they would both be absolutely spectacular, but as far as gameplay and aesthetic, I would probably have to go with Skyward Sword being my favorite. But I've also...
I'm gonna guess that was the Scarecrow song, and it sounded different. Oh, you know what I think it was Sheik playing it on her harp.
Hey, there you go. That's
that's
weird.
Yeah.
I think it's funny too how they keep adding stuff in afterwards. They're like, "What are you still doing on this screen? Like, aren't you done?"
Either that, or to tell you the game did not, in fact, crash.
Yeah. They're like, "Okay, we're not frozen. Just so you're aware, you can move on whenever you're ready."
So, fittingly enough, this game and Majora's Mask both did get a re-release with better graphics. They're on the 3DS.
Yes, because I know about the one on the 3DS, because Sherwood lent it to me, and I tried to play the Master Quest version, and I did not get past...
Yeah, the first dungeon, probably.
Yeah, I didn't get past the first dungeon. The first
it's
kid
rough.
dungeon.
It's really rough, yeah.
None of it.
So there are mechanics that are better and worse in that one. Mm-hmm. The horseback archery game is an absolute joke, because whenever you pull out the slingshot, the bow and arrow, whatever, it actually has a laser sight on it, so you know exactly where the shot is going to go. And so it makes, like, some parts of it easier, but at the same time, like, there's just some elements, I don't know, like, some stuff feels off. I kind of like having the glitches in there, here and there. Mm-hmm. The Deku sticks don't have the double damage that the Kokiri sword does in the 3DS version. Mm-hmm. Just, like, little fun things that are like, yeah, if you know this, you know, to me, I like to keep those, like, little continuity nods in. And they do that for some games, like, when you fight Phantom Ganon in Wind Waker, the whole, like, bouncing the shot back with the bottle, you can do that in that game as well. You can do it in Twilight Princess against, in that game, Puppet Zelda, because she's controlled by Ganon, and she does the same thing that he does in this fight. So it's kind of a shame to see them not keep that continuity, but at the same time, I get that they could see people playing this and going, oh crap, that is incredibly broken. Mm-hmm. And then they also have, like, limitations on how much damage you can do to bosses in one round, to where you can't, like, just stick them in the corner and just wail on them until they die. Where eventually it'll be like, no, you can't do any more damage until they get back into their spot and, you know, get another chance to attack you. And I kind of like that personally, but I think for my money's worth, as much as I do like this game, I think graphically Majora's Mask held up way better on this, and I think it kind of falls under Silent Hill syndrome. Is Majora's Mask is a much darker game than this one, like way, way darker than this. And so it kind of lends well to being, like, creepy and blocky and choppy, and things don't look quite right because it's a spooky game. And that just doesn't work with HD graphics. It can if the game was built around that, but the initial game was not built around that, and only came out a year after this, and yeah, it shows. I still think I like Majora's better. I think this is a good experience. Everyone should play this at least one time, be it 100% or just, like, playing it through normally. Because this is a groundbreaker. This one is up here with Mario 64.
And I can totally see why people are completely obsessed with this game. Like, and especially, too, I can see why other people modeled their games around this. Because...
yeah, like Star Fox Adventures did.
Exactly. Because, you know, I mean, I didn't play a whole lot of video games growing up, but I can see how this would make a lasting imprint on people in general, but especially kids. And so I can definitely see why it's kind of as legendary as it is.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what you think of Majora's Mask by comparison, because it's... Ocarina and Majora are only one of two that are actually direct sequels to each other. None of the other games are, like, truly linked up together, but, like, the Majora Link and the Ocarina of Time Link are the same link. And the only other ones that are the case for that is Wind Waker, which is the GameCube one, and Phantom Hourglass, which is the first DS one. But other than that, they're all different links. Like, this Link isn't Skyward Sword Link, who's not Link to the Past Link, he's not Zelda 2 Link. And so, they kind of, like, you kind of have to talk about one when you talk about the other, because unfortunately, and it's also the fact that they're on the same system, is, like, they're just always going to get put up by comparison against each other, and tragically... most people are probably going to vote for this game, which makes me a little sad, because this game was... because this is like a very, at least in a story sense, this is a pretty simple, basic, cut and dry story of, like, kid goes out to help a princess save the world, they kind of mess it up, so they have to go forward in time to save it. Like, it's not unheard of in storytelling, but Majora's Mask is just kind of a dark, weird, edgy one where they wanted to do something different, and since it wasn't quite as simple, people just didn't like it. And it took years and years for people to like Majora's Mask. Like, this game was accepted almost immediately. I don't think people liked Majora's Mask until probably around 2013, 2014. So, like, well after a decade after the game came out, and after it had gotten re-released on the GameCube for the collection, and maybe even once the Wii Shop channel hit, it just didn't catch people as well. So it'll be interesting to see what you think by comparison to that. I do think it's a stranger game, it's a weirder game, but the world has a lot more to it, I think. Mm-hmm. And that might just be how the mechanics work, because a lot of characters, if they're not the sages, Link or Zelda or Navi, they're just not that important, really, to the story.
Oh, yeah.
But because of that 3-day cycle, you can give characters a lot of depth in that 3-day cycle, because there's an actual physical time going on as opposed to day versus night. There's an actual first day, second day, third day, and then you can reset it. So I feel like that's where Majora shines a little bit above this one. I think the dungeons here are better, largely.
And there's more of them.
Yeah, there is more of them. There's only 4 in Majora's Mask. And from what I remember, the first 2 are pretty good, and I don't mind the third one, but most people hate it. And most people don't mind the 4th one, but I hate it. So I'm the outlier, apparently. I can't stand the 4th dungeon. It has killed so many playthroughs of Majora's Mask for me, where I just get right up to it, and I'm like, yeah, game's almost over. Let's start a new file. Just not finish this one.
Well, this was fun. Have a nice day.
It's the only part of the game that I just, I feel it just doesn't work for me. I think it's because of how full of life the other areas are, because there's a swamp, there's a mountain, there's the ocean, and then there's the canyon. The canyon is the one that I don't ever do, and it's just devoid. I get that that's the idea, is it's devoid of life, but, it just feels like there's almost nothing to do before doing the temple. There's, one side quest for a piece of heart, one side quest that's required, and, one other thing, and that's it. And all the other areas have, huge, big, vast expanses to them, and that one just doesn't. There's just not much there. It's kind of a shame.
Not as much to interact with.
And I feel like here it might be a tiny bit imbalanced, because to me there's not enough in the adult section. Because you had 12, 13 hearts going into the Forest Temple? That's
had
a lot.
A lot of hearts going into. That's the other thing too. There are some boss fights that if I'd had fewer hearts, I totally would not been able to complete. Like the Bongo Bongo.
Yeah.
I would have rage quit if I had any fewer hearts.
Yeah, and that was as many as you could have.
Rage quit,
Yeah, that was as many as you could have at that time, unless you did the Spirit Temple first.
But Ganon really wasn't that hard. I could have done that with. I'm not gonna say half the hearts, but
if you hadn't had the double defense, you still probably would have you would have used up 2 fairies instead of 1, but you still would have been okay.
Yeah, because I had 3 fairies.
Because you still would have had that 1 more. I'm pretty sure you would have been fine.
Yeah, I would have been fine.
It's the double defense helps, but it just doesn't make that much of a difference, which is why they give it to you late. And they don't in Majora's Mask, which is nice, but still, I don't know. I feel and I get the ideas, with the kid version, there's there's all these little carnival games to play in town, there's all these little extra things to do, but as an adult, it's supposed to be much more serious, because, at that point, the world's fallen into ruin and whatnot, but it just, I don't know, something about it just doesn't quite work, and I think it's because of that difference, because, you have world at stake moments in Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, and the games where you're not jumping back and forth between time, that you could still just go and goof off at, some silly arcade games.
Oh, yeah.
But for the adult section,
if you're gonna be in the adult world, you're working towards finishing the game, because there's nothing to do otherwise.
No, pretty much the only ones as an adult, most of them are just, you find a chest in, the one that's on top of the desert where the Gerudo are, that one. The only mini-games, really, to play are just the 2 archery ones.
Yeah.
And, one of them's just the horseback archery, so it doesn't seem as goofy as, going into an arcade and just playing for, slingshot bag or whatever.
Well, and it's almost harder to get money whenever you're not actively working towards the quest as an adult.
Yeah. That is another downside, too, that shows, is because there's not a lot to spend money on. Most of the adult game, you're just there with a full wallet. There's no need to pick it up, really, that much.
Oh, my other complaint. I liked that in Skyward Sword, once you got to a certain point, you could just, mostly warp to where you needed to go.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to walk or ride a stupid horse all the way across the map. Oh,
you did? Remember with the bird, you had to do that in the air.
I mean, it was...
People actually don't like the Loftwing that
Different.
much, surprisingly. I think it's because...
Oh, I liked it.
I think it falls under Wind Waker territory, because in Wind Waker you're sailing on a boat across the sea, and there's huge, vast expanses of sea, and there's just not a lot in them. And it kind of falls under the same regard. Like, you're not really flying to an island that's not either the Pumpy Lumpkin, as I call it, or Skyloft. You're usually flying to one of the spots to drop down into the surface. And so as a result, there's just not... There's like little treasure chests here and there on the small islands, but there's not much. And Wind Waker falls into that same territory of like, there's probably about in the 49 islands, there's probably like 7 or 8 of them that have, you know, like a decent amount of everything. And then the other ones are like, yeah, there's a piece of heart here and that's it. And so it just feels kind of empty. But that is in the failed timeline, and most of the world is underwater at that point, which is why there's not much in it.
Yeah.
At least I think it's in the failed timeline. I'm pretty sure it is. Because Majora's Mask is in the kid timeline. You actually get to see a little bit more of this in Majora's Mask afterwards, like what happens to Link.
Yeah, because that's the same Link as Ocarina.
And for some stupid reason, I don't know why, but he, like, and it's not much of a spoiler, he goes off on a self-discovery journey. He's looking for Navi, it's implied. I don't know why he's looking for Navi.
Who would want to do that?
He basically says, like, it says, if I remember the quote correctly, it's like, he went out on a great and personal journey to find a lost friend. And then it plays the fairy noise that Navi makes. So I think it's supposed to be Navi.
Not.
But it's like, how about no?
Absolutely not.
So yeah, if this is the correct one, this is just the first one I saw, but when the timeline splits, yeah, you've got the heroes defeated, which is... Yeah, these are all the games I don't like, how fitting. So in the heroes defeated, you get ones like A Link to the Past that has like the Dark World, Link's Awakening, which is unfortunately the It Was All a Dream one, which I love the game, but I hate It Was All a Dream for an answer. Lazy writing, in my opinion. The Oracle games, A Link Between Worlds, which again has like the Light World and the Dark World. The original Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2, which is the Triforce pieces get lost. And then there's the Child Timeline, which is Majora's Mask, which is this one. Twilight Princess is in that one. And Four Swords Adventures, which most people have never played.
I think that's the only one Thailand has played.
It's the one where you have to have, in order to do it with 4 people, you have to have 4 GameCubes, 4 TVs, 4 controllers, like all that.
Ew.
Yeah, at the time, bearing in mind this was like 2004, in order to have all the equipment necessary for it, not counting the TVs, it was like $720-something.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the adult timeline where Ganon is sealed away, that's where you get Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks, which is where the world is flooded. So I guess that's in the good ending? The world gets flooded in the good ending? But
good question mark.
I think the idea is like trying to not only just seal him away, but like literally keep him in a world below the actual world. I think.
So kind of an unfortunate consequence of doing so.
I know there's a big time gap between Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, because Phantom Hourglass is again on a boat, it's like mostly in the sea, and from what I remember in Spirit Tracks, there's like next to no water in the game at all.
Yeah. So
either the water has dried up, or more land has been created, or something has happened. There's a pretty large gap between them. Yeah, because Ocarina of Time is the 5th one in the series. I always forget that it's only number 5. Because the only ones before this are the first one, the second one, obviously, Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. So this is the 5th one and the first full 3D one.
Wow.
Skyward Sword's number 15, for reference's sake.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, so the only ones behind it are... Of course, to be fair, this timeline map does not have Breath of the Wild on it at all.
Yeah, that's...
It has Triforce Heroes, which is a very weird multiplayer game.
Very bizarre.
Very, very weird. You have to save the kingdom by helping Princess Styla and getting her out of her unfashionable outfit. It's odd.
Ooh.
Proton John did a really good summary of it of Princess Styla opened a box that she got from a random person, which is always a stupid idea, and it cursed her.
Yes.
So they send out a call for heroes, and so you answer the call and you can play with other people's. The king will cry a bunch about his daughter, making a noise like, oh, something like that. The fashion person will help you make new costumes with the items you find. Every other NPC is completely useless.
Fantastic.
And that's really about it. That's about where the story ends. It's not very deep.
I'm sold.
Definitely not as deep as this game. Not even close.
I'm sold. That's fantastic. Oh, wow, that's a thing. I mean, on the one hand, they tried to branch out. They tried something new. I respect that. They got, feedback that I'm sure was hateful. And
oh yeah, like the Wi-Fi connection. It was on the
expanding.
3DS and the Wi-Fi connection did not work that well. In fact, at one point when he was playing with 2 other people, it crashed and told him he did not currently have an internet connection. He was talking to them over Discord while they were playing that game. So
Yes.
he very much had an internet connection. The game just was like, nah.
No internet. No, I don't know what internet is.
It has gotten better now because no one has played it in ages, like
Ooh.
at all. And so as a result, there's not a lot of people on the servers crashing it anymore.
So, less server traffic on the upside. On the
Yes.
downside, less server traffic.
Yeah, it would not shock me to see that game eventually just like not have a server anymore.
Yeah, I don't... How are you going to play... Well, they might be able to make like a new server that can... That's like a...
I just wish they bring back the download play they had for the DS, where you could literally just like, if somebody had the game, it was like, oh, you have it, we'll download some data so you can like play Mario Kart 7, or because you could do that with Phantom Hourglass. That was how you did the multiplayers. You could like just have one copy of the game and do download play that way. And the multiplayer in Phantom Hourglass was actually pretty good, surprisingly.
Right? I feel like they should do more games like that, where, you can share the game with people without... Well, and then they can go in and buy it later so that they can share it with people.
Yeah.
But, like, it's almost like it's like a taste test, You gotta start on the game, share it, play with some friends, really get into it, and then once you're properly obsessed, you buy your own copy.
Yeah, exactly.
There you
See,
go.
now I'm looking at a different timeline, and it's just like completely different, which just goes to show that it has not been nailed down at all.
People are paying attention.
Because in this one it says on the child timeline, which is the one with the where Majora's Mask goes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh no, this is the one where Ganon is sealed, so the hero is successful. It's got Zelda 1 and 2 in that timeline.
Of course.
And then it's also got the timeline reunified with Hyrule Warriors and Breath of the Wild and Breath of the Wild 2, but...
How about no?
I'm pretty sure, like, just as a general for writing, unless you just don't know how to make it cooperate, if a timeline splits, it's borderline impossible to make it truly reconvene. Especially after multiple games and, like, thousands and thousands of years. They can't merge back into one.
Right?
That just doesn't work.
Because I've seen people do it where they, air quote, split a timeline, but it's not actually split. It's just somebody's going back in time and living in that same thing. So like Harry Potter, the third one, where it's the same timeline. It's kind of cyclical. Is that the right word?
It is.
Where they were always going back in time to do those exact same things.
Yeah. They like unintentionally locked that version of themselves in a loop.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why whenever like they run into the hospital wing and they see themselves using the turner, they just like disappear.
Exactly.
And Ron's like, "What the hell? Weren't you guys just over there?"
Don't worry about it, Ron.
It probably saved Ron from an alternate universe in which he was constantly mocked and abused. Oh wait.
Oops.
Well, that's awkward.
But I've also seen it where they kind of unapologetically split the timeline and just really fractured the timeline. Because Avengers Endgame was very much that way. I know you haven't personally seen it, but it was like unapologetically, just because they went into it and they're like, okay, we're gonna keep everything exactly the same way.
It's like, nope, like just by being here, you've already ruined it. Like,
and,
it's too late at that point. The damage has in fact been done.
Like, man, I cannot even describe to you the sheer amount of nonsense that happens because they went back in time and messed with the timeline.
I bet it's bad.
Like, it literally brought a character back to life. Like, ugh.
Don't do that in your stories, kids.
It's a disaster.
Well, in the meantime, I'll have to figure out what to do for the next game that you do blind.
Yeah, and there you go.
And it probably won't be a Zelda game. We'll probably take a break from that.
That's probably...
Unless you want to hop directly into Majora.
Maybe a little bit more time.
At least one game between that.
It
feels like we've been playing this for a long time because we haven't been doing it super consistently.
That is true.
So I feel like I've been playing this game for a really long time.
I don't even want to know what the... Because I started moving those over to the archives page, and I don't even want to know at what point we actually started it.
Me either.
But at least we have like a more concise schedule of doing things now. But Majora's Mask will be very weird in terms of how you have to save the game, so I'll have to figure that out. In the meantime, we will see you guys probably at some point next week, Saturday or Sunday-ish, and I'll figure out what to do between now and then.
Exactly. See you when we see you.
Yep.